Hello friends. You're watching another episode of The Vlog Boy. Why are you wearing headphones, Daniel? Are you listening to a conference call that we don't know about? Are you getting real-time translation like you're in the UN? No, neither of these things are true. And please drop the attitude. It just improves the sound quality, which is necessary because I'm talking about something very topical today, something very cutting edge, something very of the moment. Racism in Australian television. Australian TV is an exceedingly white TV landscape. Very soon on Channel 9, a program called Meet the Habibs will air. It was written or really invented by a comedian called Rob Shahady, who is of Lebanese heritage. This is the first in I want to say, a kind of slate of ethnic comedies that have hit the airwaves, in addition to the recently aired SBS television program, The Family Law, by Benjamin Law, a Chinese Australian. The question is there space for ethnic comedy, or indeed ethnics, in the Australian entertainment media? Of course, there are a couple of outliers like Waleed Aly. Waleed Aly is an almost omnipresent and exceedingly successful, not always this way, but he's recently really risen to the fore on the Channel 10 nightly news kind of entertainment hybrid, The Project. I happen to love Waleed Aly. In fact, this is all just part of a campaign to meet him. But the point that I'm trying to make, Waleed, give me a call. We can hit something up. Love to hear your views about the state of Syria, maybe over coffee. Is that I think that there is an underlying reluctance in Australia to give airtime to ethnic faces. It kind of ties into a theory called Orientalism by a writer called Edward Said. The back of this book describes it as stimulating, elegant, and pugnacious, which is a word I've only ever seen in print. I've never heard it said. Is Australian television racist? It's a good question. We look to Hollywood as an example of this. Recently, a movie called The Gods of Egypt was released, starring literally no Egyptians whatsoever. In addition to this, there was the rather hilariously nonsensical The Mummy, and then the sequel, The Mummy Returns. You would think a movie ostensibly set in Egypt about Egyptian phenomena would involve at least one Egyptian. I'm not even sure that there was a single Egyptian, in any of the mummy movies. Show me the money, I think, was the underlying principle there. People say that in casting a white face, will be more likely to get a positive audience from viewers. This is certainly what Ridley Scott said about his movie Exodus, where Moses was played by the exceedingly Semitic and very convincingly Arab Christian Bale. I'm not convinced that that is a viable statement, that casting an ethnic face won't reap a reward. Certainly there has been an influx of Indian dramas in the Western television and media landscape. What with that Slumdog Millionaire and the Best Exotic Marigold Hotel, I can't see why the same thing won't happen with Arabs, who are everywhere, especially in the Middle East. And needless to say, in the West too. There are billions of us. And so I would say to Australian television, don't take your cues from an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie where if Arabs aren't blowing something up, then they are dead. These are the two alternatives. But look to our cosmopolitan societies and take your leads from that. And do better to create a landscape that genuinely reflects the populations of most people, or rather of most societies. And to the creators of Meet the Habibs, I would say, I will give your show a chance. Because even though people have said that it casts all the characters in an exceedingly awkwardly stereotypical light, like for example the Lebanese girl has giant nails and fake hair and dances belly dance style on the front lawn, while the guys destroy the local neighborhood with their antics and their riding of jet skis in the front pool. While this is true, in more ways than one, because I have, these aren't, stereotypes have some truth to them. God love every Lebanese. I'm Egyptian. I'm also the subject of stereotypical vilification. However, I do think if it makes people laugh, and if it opens up a conversation, then we can make it happen. And so, Meet the Habibs. I wish you luck. And one final thought, and perhaps Waleed Aly, who I look to for inspiration and is with me almost every moment in a spiritual way. The Mummy. The Mummy is a movie that was based ostensibly about Egyptians. The one Egyptian or Arab role was played by a Turkish dude. I'm ready for a change, and I hope you are too. You've been watching another episode of The Vlog Boy. Topical issues, hilarious commentary. Subscribe now.